Hello, BNI Maine. This is Jason Buchanan, your Director of Training, and I wanted to spend this weekly networker talking about specifically trust and the relationship aspect of what encompasses trust and things like that. So, before I get started, I want you to think about how do you define trust? What does trust mean to you? And trust permeates all of our lives, every aspect of our lives, whether it's personally, professionally, within the chapter, outside of the chapter, it doesn't matter. Trust is one of the things that kind of transcends everything, but all relationships have trust involved, either positive trust or a lack of trust, but trust is a key component. One of the things that I had the opportunity to do this week, I was having coffee with a member who's been a new member who's been in BNI for about 7 weeks now. And from where we were sitting, two tables over was a plumber and an attorney. And as this new member and I were talking, I kind of pointed out, we were talking about trust and building relationships and stuff, and I pointed out the two members that were sitting there having coffee with us, or at the same time as us, and I said, how many times do you ever see an attorney and a plumber having coffee together? And it really made this member stop and think for a minute, and he was like, well, you don't. Typically that's not something you see. And I said, that is the relationship building portion of BNI. That's what this is about. Because the plumber has contacts that the attorney may, want an introduction to. And the attorney has contacts that I'm sure the plumber would like an introduction to. And as we talked about building that relationship piece, I reminded the member of what we say a lot of times in Member Success Program, the first year is the worst year. And that doesn't mean that you're not going to get as many referrals or whatever, or you're not going to get any referrals, I guess I should say. It means that your second year is going to be better than your first. Your third year is going to be better than your second. And that's all based upon time and trust. And what are you doing to speed up that time and to speed up that trust? So, for example, are you getting back to when a referral is given to you? Are you getting in contact with that person? Are you keeping the referral giver in the loop? Hey, I reached out to the person that you referred to me and I made contact and we have an appointment. Or I reached out to the person twice and I haven't heard anything back. That's building trust with the person who gave you the referral. Additionally, are you doing things like coming to your meeting on time? Are you showing up prepared? These are all things that if you don't show up prepared for the meeting to build your business, how do I trust that you're going to show up to take care of the client that I pass you? So that's kind of the mindset that a lot of early BNI members don't necessarily think about because that's not really taught anywhere. And it needs to be explained early on in the process, and it needs to be reminded to a lot of the seasoned members who have been doing this for a long time, simply because we get complacent as well. I've been doing this, May will be 10 years now that I've been a BNI member. And one of the things that we sometimes forget about is the fact that we do this 52 times a year, every week, and we kind of go through the motions. And that doesn't build trust with new members. In a meeting Friday morning, I asked a chapter, how many folks in here are new members? And 5 or 6 people raised their hands, and I said, how do you define new member? And they said, well, we're all within our first year. And my response to them was, not that it was a trick question, but everybody in there is a new member, because there's people in this chapter that have been there for 15, 17, one member's actually over 20 years. So they're not technically new BNI members, but they are new to the new members. And they each have contact spheres and people that they know that the other one may not know. And it could be a dream referral for somebody. So with that said, and it's kind of hard to convey all of this in 3 to 5 minutes, but with that said, trust is the foundation of every relationship, whether it's your personal relationship, your business relationship, your BNI relationship, or the relationship with the person down the hall from you at your office. Trust is the key. What are you doing specifically in BNI to build that trust, to get those referrals faster, and to be able to help your chapter and their members get the referrals that they need faster as well? If you ever have questions about this, or you're not sure if you're doing it correctly, reach out to your director team. Every single person on the director team, including your executive directors, are all here to make sure you are successful. Without you, there's no us. So let us help you. We are the most underutilized resource that BNI has. We would love to sit down and do a one-to-one with you. We would love to help you get better at what you do. Thank you very much for your time. Again, my name is Jason Buchanan, and I am your BNI Director of Training. Have a great week.